everyone, it's Banana. Today is a special anniversary that I didn't want to let pass without acknowledging in some way. 10 years ago today, on July 25th, 2015, Bratz officially relaunched their brand after a year of hiatus and reintroduced themselves to the world with a huge line of new dolls. Most of the Bratz fans watching this probably better know these dolls as simply Bratz 2015, and most of the Bratz fans watching this probably have their own experiences with this era of the dolls. Right now, I wanted to share mine, from the perspective of someone who was a kid at the time of this relaunch, and who actively shared her love for it, who was just so excited to see the dolls return to shelves in such a big way. As some of you may already know, I first got into Bratz around the end of 2011, and I was always fascinated with the older 2001 to 2009 classic Bratz dolls from the heyday of the brand. I never got to experience that time firsthand, but it always seemed so amazing to me. They were on top of the world. There were shelves full of dolls. They were on TV, and Bratz was just such a huge part of everything. I got into the Bratz community as one of the younger fans in the early 2010s, posting secondhand doll hunting videos at flea markets and thrift stores, and to my surprise, I started to gain some attention from other Bratz fans who wanted to watch those videos. Some of you may even still be watching today, and I can't thank you enough for that support. Seriously, it's crazy how long I've been able to keep doing this, and the love has been incredible.
So grab your Bratz, find a seat, and let's go.
In 2013, Bratz underwent the first major change that happened to the brand since the time I became a fan. The Bratz got taller. These taller dolls didn't last too long on shelves, and the brand went on a hiatus for most of the year 2014. It was 2014 when I got an email that proved my Bratz videos hadn't just caught the attention of other fans, but MGA Entertainment as well. A market research firm who had been hired by MGA reached out to me and my mom to talk to us about an upcoming relaunch and ask me what I, as a kid, loved so much about the Bratz dolls. So I got on a call with this firm and told them just that. I loved the Bratz mix and match outfits, the tons of accessories they came with, and styling their beautiful soft hair. The following year, Bratz began to tease that they would be returning in the summer with a revamped line of dolls. They set an official release date of July 25th. We were approached in advance of this release date by MGA to participate in a PR campaign for the dolls, and we were sent a package and filmed a video to be posted on the 25th. However, as often happens, some early leaks of the dolls did show up online prior to this date, and some fans, including us, began to find them in stores. We actually found them on July 20th, but as part of the campaign, we were not allowed to post anything yet. When July 25th finally came, I was super excited to share our posts about these dolls with the world. I remember spending most of the day out looking around for more of the dolls, chatting with other Bratz fans in the comments of my new video, and having an amazing time. Unfortunately, while some stores put the dolls out early, a lot of fans found themselves with the opposite problem, and still weren't able to find any dolls at all on the official release date. Some stores failed to put them out or didn't set up the displays when they were supposed to. There may have been a few bumps in the road on that initial launch day, but overall, I remember this time as just being so exciting. Within the coming weeks, the dolls started to reach more and more stores, and seeing new Bratz on shelves again and all the hype around their return was a feeling like no other, and so much fun. I was 11 years old at the time of this relaunch, and in so many ways, it felt like these were Bratz dolls that were exactly what I wanted in that moment. Lines like Study Abroad and Snow Kissed came with 2 outfits and tons of accessories. Even the more basic one-outfit lines like Hello My Name Is, Fierce Fitness, and Selfie Snaps came with accessories like mini cell phones and phone cases, purses, and a bunch of jewelry pieces. There were new fashion packs and shoe packs available, giving so many options for fashion play, and I just loved how colorful and fun their outfits were. And it felt relatable to a lot of the real clothes I liked back then. I was able to fill whole bins with just clothes and accessories from the new Bratz when I played with them. Plus, all of the dolls had what I always called the good hair, which was soft and perfect for playing with.
It is the good hair.
The good, awesome hair.
For the whole rest of the summer of 2015, I spent hours every single day mixing and matching the new Bratz clothes, styling them, taking pictures of them, and taking them everywhere with me. I really felt like my comments from the previous year about wanting them to include lots of fashions, accessories, and hair play had been listened to. Another reason these dolls were so exciting to me is because it totally started to feel like Bratz were absolutely everywhere again. There were huge displays of dolls at retailers like Target, and they had practically an entire Bratz aisle in summer 2015. End caps, signage, and piles of dolls. So many lines came out in just the first month of this relaunch. There was also a new line called Creative Bratz at Target that had its own little display in the stores and allowed for shoppers to choose their own Bratz doll from a bunch of hair, skin tone, and eye color options and pick out 2 outfits for the doll from another huge batch of options. This concept was so cool, right? To this day, I want them to do something like this again, and to this day, I still get comments on our old Creative Bratz reviews that share my sentiment on that. There were even Bratz t-shirts and merchandise popping up in stores again. There were TV commercials playing all the time that felt reminiscent of the old ads. There was a stop-motion animated web series for the new dolls from the same studio that did the famous I Know What the Bratz Did Last Summer sketch for Robot Chicken. I always was so excited for those new webisodes to drop and love that show. In August 2015, I went to an event in Baltimore that celebrated the Bratz relaunch. It was the Girls' Life Back to School Fash Bash. In addition to some more displays of the dolls, they also had a hand-painted graffiti-style Bratz backdrop, and the photo I took in front of that is our YouTube channel banner to this day. The event also included a live performance from singer Skylar Stecker of Bratz What's Up, the song that was put out alongside the 2015 release. I remember watching this performance so vividly and feeling so proud of Bratz for how far they'd come and excited for what they were doing next. All of these things I just mentioned, the store displays, the TV ads, the merch, the webisodes, the events, continued to build that excitement for me that Bratz was really coming back in a way that they hadn't yet in the time since I became a fan. That they could finally be on top of the world again. I was so happy that me and my generation of kids were getting a chance to experience such a huge time for Bratz. It's what I always thought being around for the initial heyday must have felt like. Another way the 2015 Bratz brand connected with me is, at least to me, it felt like Bratz was speaking right to the fans who had stuck by them. I'll let 2015 me read you the letter that was included with that first campaign package.
Love it. What's it say?
We so appreciate your super style and support for the Bratz, and we love your funky fashion passion. You've seen us through everything. Minis, platform boots, glitter flared jeans, and now our big return. So we're so thrilled to have a loyal bestie like you by our side for this next step. We love what you do with Bratz Online, and we're beyond excited to see what you can create with our new looks. Here's to new inspiration and sizzling self-expression. XOXO, the Bratz Pack.
Aww. That is so adorable.
This feeling of appreciation from the brand to fans for sticking around during their hiatus and the ups and downs even extended to the song. It may have just been a modified version of Skylar's existing single, but the lyrics still felt so intentional. It felt like the Bratz thanking us for believing in them and inviting us on this new journey, where they felt they had one shot to prove themselves to the world again. The personality of the dolls and brand also really resonated with me at the time. Like Bratz always did, they emphasized self-expression and being creative and being who you are. And in particular, I especially related to the newly added Rhea, who I want to talk about a bit. In 2015, the Core 4 briefly became a Core 5. While there was previously a character named Rhea in the classic Magic hairline who had the same blonde hair and tan look, most still considered 2015 Rhea to be a new and different character. She had a different personality and was the energetic jokester of the group. She also had the quirkiest fashion style. I absolutely loved 2015 Rhea, and I still do. I saw myself in her. The first doll I got from this era in the campaign package was Study Abroad Rhea, who had bangs like mine. And I especially adored Hello, My Name is Rhea, who came out a couple months later than the rest of the line, and I couldn't wait to get her. I loved everything about that doll. Yes, including her now infamous cheeseburger shoes. To show how much Rhea meant to me, I'll let little me take it away again.
And I would totally wear this outfit.
Yeah, that's something I could definitely see you wearing. That's your style. So we can both relate to this girl. We love Rhea.
I don't think I've ever had a Bratz in an outfit that just hits my style right on the head, and I think this did,
I think so too. Yeah, she looks like you.
I have to usually create those outfits, but this time
She does. She looks like you. Like, hold her up to you. She looks like you.
The Bratz were pushed big for the 2015 Christmas season, leading to the excitement of seeing them get full pages in catalogs again. There was also the near-Christmas release of the limited edition V-Files collaboration doll, who is just so pretty. I love that doll. Then, in 2016, lines like Selfie Wave 2, Study Abroad Wave 2, Sweet Style, Music Festival Vibes, and Backyard Beach Bash were released in much more limited distribution compared to the initial launch. Some of these lines are my favorites of this era. Selfie Wave 2 had screenings that I loved even more than the faces on the original Selfie line. Study Abroad Wave 2 brought characters like Kumi into this relaunch for the first time. Music Festival Vibes was such a fun line, but Jade in particular went everywhere with me. I love that doll so much. But due to the new relaunch's poor reception in the fan community, the brand ultimately decided to take another break. Following the release of the last 2015-16 era line Bratz Instapets, which was also not very broadly distributed, Bratz went on another longer hiatus that lasted until the 2018 collector line of dolls. Now, in 2025, Bratz is getting back to doing regular brand new releases again, and that makes me so happy. And I think every step they've taken on the path to that, 2015 included, is still worth talking about today. I know the 2015 Bratz were not perfect. Despite the initial excitement for the launch, the dolls ended up receiving a lot of criticism from fans in the following months. For drastic changes to the dolls' face screenings, which had some defects in the eye placement due to stamping errors for the first batch of dolls. Some fans also weren't as into the new direction of their fashion style, or didn't like the change in the marketing of the brand. And it's perfectly okay if your opinions and experiences of this era differ from mine. I always want my channel to be a place where you feel free to share your honest thoughts on doll releases. But I wanted to take today to celebrate what I loved about this era. Based on what the current Bratz socials have posted about the 2015 era in recent years, I don't really expect them to be making much of an announcement of this anniversary or tribute to these dolls. But I wanted to do it, because this time was special to me. It was a huge moment for me as a Bratz fan and as a kid, and I think that matters. Thanks for watching. Bye!